Absolutely. And a lot of I have a lot of these discussions with my friends at school. We sometimes we're incredulous to think these are people that are in Congress and they talk like this. Some of the things that come out of their mouth or some of the things that they tweet, even if they say something wrong, they apologize in a tweet and it makes it like less personable. Like anybody could have wrote that. It could have been their press secretary who wrote that social media comment.
Exactly. And the thing about it too is nowadays the highest value is in content. You
Mhm.
know, 15 years ago, a news story or the news cycle lasted more than 72 hours. If some news broke on Monday, people were still talking about it by the end of the week. Nowadays, with the growth of social media, with the limited word count that you can use on Twitter or Facebook or some of these other different social media platforms, it has rehardwired people's attention span. Even when you look at social media with a scrolling function, it's not designed for you to for a person to maintain a certain level of attention over a certain time period. I mean, even when you look at articles that I've written today, a lot of times right beneath the title of the article, they have listed how much reading time that you're going to have to invest in that, maybe 2, 3 minutes,
Mhm.
right? So I say all of that to say technology has reshaped the consciousness of people, and it has also shortened the the life cycle of content and news stories. So a story that could have lasted a week years ago, that is only going to be a hot topic for one day. And now people are going to be looking for what's the next hot topic. That's old news. That happened yesterday. And it's
Yeah.
like the next day, people just totally forgot about what somebody just said or did.
Mhm.
So sometimes you have news news platforms that use this to their advantage. They ration out pieces of information in order to stretch an entire story. They could have just gave you the whole story on Monday, but they just put a little piece out on Monday. And then on Tuesday say, "Oh, we have more updated information," and put a little piece out on Tuesday so that they could maintain the type of web traffic that will allow them to monetize this content. So it's the same thing with people who are in these positions of so-called power. Sometimes they deliberately just say something ignorant because they know it's going to get attention and they're going to trend on Twitter.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder about that from our political representatives when they say something very outlandish, or even, let's say, if their news source is not doing so well. Like when Fox News was making a big deal about Joe Biden getting scoops of ice cream. I wonder, like, is it to get traffic?
Absolutely. Even if they say that it's not, it served that purpose. It
Hmm.
served that purpose. And all you got to do is say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I take that back." Well, now you get even more people to come and see the so-called BS apology that you just made. It's all theatrics. It's all stagecraft, and it's very difficult a lot of times to see through what's really genuine nowadays. And that's also why education is so important in terms of helping our youth develop critical thinking skills so that they can figure things out for themselves.